We've got another batch of PlayStation 4 games dropping tomorrow, and while the heavy hitter of the week will be out later this week in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, there are a couple of other titles dropping earlier that I think you guys should have your eyes on, and without further ado, let's get right into it. And I want to start things off with Disaster Report 4 Summer Memories, a game coming from Grandzilla Inc. as well as NIS America, and I've said it before, but Disaster Report 4 is really a little bit different than what NIS typically publishes. NIS, from what I've realized from them, they put out more artsy games, a little bit more Japanese titles that might be catered towards a younger or teen audience, but this one definitely has a mature undertone going on for it, and I really like that about it. It notes, in the shadow of a massive earthquake, you must brave a destroyed city where your choices will determine who survives. Thrust into a tragedy that touches countless lives, you must now make the decisions that will determine who lives and who dies in the chaos stemming from a natural disaster. What will you do in the aftermath of a calamity? And circling back to my point about NIS America, they have put out games like Killer 7 and published titles like that, and even games like Legend of Heroes have a mature undertone to it and mature storytelling elements. However, just based on the look of this game and the presentation, you understand what I'm saying when I say it's a different vibe than a lot of the other Japanese-oriented titles that they've put out, and from that standpoint, I'm really compelled by what this game can bring to the table. It also knows everybody's got a story. Meet your fellow survivors in a Japanese-inspired city devastated by a powerful earthquake, and see how the human spirit bends and sometimes breaks. Danger at every corner. Navigate a multitude of crises, from collapsing buildings to raging fires in a city aplomb with peril, and a lot of interesting elements to this game round things out. Really excited to see how this one ultimately turns out. Going really under the radar, but I want to make sure that you guys are at least aware about it. Maybe not a game you're going to pick up day one, but definitely something to keep your eyes on. Next up, we have the PC and Xbox One title Below, finally making the transition to the PlayStation 4, and best of all, it's getting a substantial improvement with the exploration mode being included as well, because Below was noted to be an incredibly difficult game, and that's one of the elements that really turned a lot of people off from it. But now, if you do want to go through the game more naturally and you want to just explore the scenery and whatever the case may be, you do have that option as well. Obviously, you still have the option to play through the game the original way, but Below itself is a solitary journey through the haunted depths of the Forbidden Isle. Explore, survive, and discover. You can explore the vast subterranean underworld of the Isle, a dangerous, unfathomable deep. Choose your path through the randomly generated labyrinth, crawling with deadly monstrosities, traps, and hazardous environments. Permadeath awaits at every false step, and there are no hints to guide you. Spelunking through the depths of Below is a treacherous endeavor with death around every corner. The world is alive with flora and fauna, and there are many ways to scavenge materials and harvest ingredients to create life-saving remedies or use for survival tools. Again, the game wasn't received that well on Metacritic, a 67, mostly positive reception on Steam, but hopefully with the improvements that are being thrown out with the game and Explore mode being included in the game, maybe it'll get a more positive reception now. Below is out tomorrow. Next up, for those of you guys that are looking for a quality co-op game right now, Biped is something to look at. Biped is a co-op action-adventure game with a strong focus on moment-to-moment collaboration between two players. This game already came out in PC just about a week and a half ago, and it was received very strongly. 889 Steam user reviews, 92% positive on that. And now, obviously, if you're getting into this game, you want to go into this game playing with a friend. Co-op is a big focus on the title, and it notes two little biped robots, Aku and Scylla, walk side by side and embark on a fun and bonding journey. You can control the robot's two legs using two sticks or left and right mouse buttons on PC. This allows you to perform various moves, from simple walking and sliding to more advanced actions like operating machinery or cutting wood. So the imperative, again, you really want to get this game with a friend. If you and a friend aren't picking it up, you do want to have someone to play it with, a local co-op, because that's also going to be an option. You can play the game split screen co-op, but obviously not a lot of people coming over and all that kind of stuff these days. So depending on where you lie, Biped is definitely a game to be on the lookout for. Only $14.99 right now. I think that's a pretty good buy on release. Next up, we have Convoy, a strategy vehicular combat title with some really cool pixel graphics. Really dig the look of this game. It's a tactical roguelike inspired by Mad Max and FTL, in which you cross a wasteland in search of parts for your broken ship, presented in pixel art and set in a future post-apocalyptic setting. Convoy is a squad-based tactical combat roguelike, like in its core. Game was received relatively well on PC, 728 Steam user reviews, 78% of those being positive, 72 on Metacritic, and it touts a new take on tactical combat. Combat plays out in real time as a high-speed car chase, where you need to position your units and use abilities to maximize their effectiveness. Exploration pays, you will encounter many different radio signals, each with a text-based event. What doesn't kill you may reward you with loot. Fully customizable units, each unit can be upgraded and outfitted with different weapons and abilities, allowing you to customize them to your needs. A randomized planet, each playthrough features different main and side objectives, events, choices, and different consequences to your action, and a Cold War turning hot. 3 factions vie for control over the planet. Your actions tip the scales of balance, making you an enemy to everyone. As each faction grows in strength, you need to keep up, and permadeath at the core. Knowing one wrong move could lead to certain death puts you constantly on edge. So Convoy, due out tomorrow, $14.99 price point expected for that one. Next up, here's a really cool RPG with pixel graphics as well. Galaxy of Pen and Paper +1. Galaxy of Pen and Paper is a turn-based meta RPG about a group of players rolling dice in the year 1999. Create your own game master and RPG party as they roleplay, explore distant planets in their imagination, fight weird aliens, and save the galaxy in the era of dial-up internet and floppy disk. Mostly positive reception on this one. 175 Steam user reviews, includes new characters, classes, skills, planets, quests, and more than 3 hours of gameplay in this edition. And if you're a fan of pixel-based, turn-based RPGs, this one might be right up your alley. You've got a bevy of customization options for character builds, expansive galaxy with multiple systems and numerous planets to explore, built-in dice mechanic for authentic tabletop game feel, ability to increase or decrease difficulty of battles, and no microtransactions at all, so that's always something nice to hear. $14.99 for this one looks to be the price. Definitely one to keep on your radar. Next up, we have Null Drifter. Null Drifter is a 1-bit lo-fi shooter, a journey into the void inside a computer simulation. Lose yourself in this frenetic yet chill experience. Now, this came out on PC back in October of last year. Unfortunately, went really under the radar. As much as I like the look of the game, and a lot of people just didn't end up checking it out. It only has Steam 7 user reviews, but all of those reviews are positive, which is always a good sign. A minimalistic twin-stick shooter, a simulation for space fighter pilots, made to train them to defeat the awakened forces of the void, secretly part of the Project Starship world used by the poor 4 souls of Project Starship X before embarking for their mission, defeating the army of Cthulhu. Again, I dig the look of the game. It's something that's very different than a lot of the other games coming out, and it is priced accordingly at $6.99, so from that standpoint, I think it'll be worth checking out, and it is out tomorrow. Alright, another pretty cool little title here, Rush Rover, and it's actually coming to the PlayStation Vita as well as the PlayStation 4. How about that? Vita's still kicking it. Rush Rover is noted to be a 2D top-down shooter game compared to other similar games of the genre. The shooting experience is closer to traditional shoot-'em-up games. It includes random map generation, unique weapons, lots of different enemies, exciting boss battles, and a dynamic chiptune soundtrack. Very positive reception on this on Steam. 156 Steam user reviews, 96% positive, so that's very good. In the universe of Rush Rover, intelligent robots and mining exploration have spread over every known galaxy after the War of Independence against humanity. These highly intelligent and powerful machines attempt to rule over everything, so they start hacking other robots. You control a clean mining rover, picking up weapons and rushing to survive. It touts roguelike gameplay, random map generation, unique weapons, customized upgrading system, blueprint collection, exciting boss battles, various enemies, bullet hell gameplay, sci-fi pixel art style, and 8-bit style soundtrack. Only $4.99 for this one was the PC release, so hopefully same price point on consoles, but from that standpoint, might be worth a look. Really dig the look of this game as well. We got a lot of these old school pixel graphic style games coming out recently, but Rush Rover looks like an interesting one, especially at that price point. And lastly, a lone VR game to round things out, we have Form. Form looks awesome. Enter a surreal adventure where puzzles are built from dreams and memories, solve the mystery behind an ancient artifact, advance through a world that transforms around you and transcend this existence. Coming from Charm Games, they bring you Form, a surreal adventure that unfolds within the confines of the human mind. Dr. Devin Eli is a brilliant physicist at the global technology mega conglomerate Mindful Laboratories, working in seclusion at an atmospheric research facility in the Alaskan wilderness. Dr. Eli is on the brink of uncovering the meaning behind a mysterious signal coming from a secret artifact, the Obelisk. Playing as the gifted Dr. Eli, you have superhuman powers of geometric visualization, the unintended consequence of a childhood trauma. Use the powers to follow the signal through the Obelisk and explore dreamlike memories to unlock puzzles in your own mind. This path could lead you to a new existence, or it could leave you trapped in your past forever. Another very interesting VR title, and PlayStation VR's library is quickly expanding, and with games like Form, again, another reason to check it out. Maybe now's not the best time to pick it up with all of the other games coming out, the sales running right now, but if you already have PSVR, Form's definitely a game to be on the lookout for. Definitely like the setting and presentation of this one. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, we've got a bevy of new PS4 games dropping tomorrow ahead of the release of the all-massive Final Fantasy VII Remake, but hey, there are other games dropping as well. Maybe not ones to pick up right away day one, but I'd like for you guys to be aware of everything coming to PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation Store. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.